having lunch with students. I miss doing that. Actually, I think that's probably the one thing I miss the most, is sitting down and having lunch with students. Why? Because you don't really know your school unless you are in a space where you're engaging your students. You know, like, I'm talking about really engaging them, sitting down and having a conversation, asking them how their day is going, you know, finding out how classes are going, and just getting the rhythm of the school. You'd be surprised how much students will tell you just breaking bread with them. I'm not talking about just sitting there and watching them eat or, you know, pull them out of class. I'm saying buy lunch for yourself, you know, and for your students, or you go to the cafeteria and you get lunch from the window and sit down with your students in your office, in the cafeteria, and just sit down and eat. The one thing I want to tell you too is when you do that, you'd be surprised how many students actually, especially doing the cafeteria, who actually will join you. Doing your office, you'd be surprised how many students will come to you and say, wait a minute, how come I wasn't invited? And next you know, those 5 students or 10 students or 20 students. Why is this important? It is important as a school leader that you have the pulse of your school community. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, you wanna get the pulse of your school community, the heartbeat of your community are your students. I'm telling you, it works like a charm, you know, because again, you think you know what's going on in your school. No, you don't. Unless the students tell you, you really don't know. I've been blindsided so many times in my career, assuming everything was okay until it wasn't. Things were resolved, but then I asked myself, how come I didn't know this was happening? Whatever it might have been, this conflict with students, this issue over here with students and teachers, you know, whatever it may be. I didn't know because the people who were at the center of it were not telling me. They were not telling me maybe because they thought I didn't care. Maybe they didn't tell me because they thought I wasn't available. By making yourself available, by you talking to them. And again, the goal here is not to say, tell me what's going on in the school. Tell me everything. No. The goal is just to sit down and say, yo, how are you doing? How's your family? Did you see that new movie? Yo, what's up with that new album? Some of you, I know some of you are probably thinking, wait a minute, new album, new movie. You know, the age difference between me and my students, that's your problem. One of the things that I really believe is that as a school leader, as a teacher, as assistant principal, whatever it is that you do, dean, we serve as parents when we are within school. When those kids come to our building, we are their parents. So the same way with my children, I make it a point to know what it is they're into. You know, whether it's Cocomelon, my kids are young, or it's Paw Patrol, you know, or Gabby's Dollhouse. All those little things keep me aware of what excites my children. So it's very important that you know what excites your students as well, because they are your children. So again, today, find 5 students to bring together to have lunch with, and see that 5 turn to 100. Be well, y'all. Peace.